You gotta put it out there if you want people to look at it.
You
Punk
do.
rock plastics.
I know. All right, welcome to another episode of Thank You for Your Services podcast, the podcast dedicated to the working world, sometimes the military, and whatever it is that my co-host does. My name is Brad Shit, and my co-host across from me is Bradley Pooper. Welcome to the show.
How long were you holding on to that?
A fucking entire week.
That's terrible.
It made Tom laugh, but he doesn't want to.
Am I laughing or am I smiling?
No,
You laughed.
That was a groan.
You're trying to hide it.
That was an audible groan.
I don't need to hide when I laugh at stuff. I need to hide my emotions
Come
when
on.
I hate
That's
stuff.
that's $1 million joke right there.
Maybe $25.
Okay, well, good, because that's what I paid for that joke.
Did you hop on Fiverr? What is the worst joke ever? Like, here, Indian freelancer, write me the worst joke you've ever written.
Oh, FIVRR.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's fine.
Come on, Bradley Pooper. That's hilarious. Instead
Never-
of Bradley Cooper.
Never heard that before.
You really think that the three of us didn't understand the reference you were trying
I don't
to
know.
make?
You never know.
Thank God.
You never know.
What would we fucking do without this guy?
It was funny
Oh my
that you
God.
tried to explain it.
That's how you know a joke's good, because you explain it.
Once you explain the depth of the joke, that's when it's good.
Yeah, because then people understand.
If I know anything
How much
about
they don't
comedy,
give a shit
and I
about
like
it.
to think I know a ton about comedy, then that's how.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah, that's how a joke lands once you explain it.
Wow.
So yeah, welcome to Thank You for Your Services podcast, and welcome our what's the word I'm looking for?
Our guest. Recurring guest.
Reoccurring guest. My brain is actually scrambled, I think. Reoccurring guest,
Brag.
Jay Crimmins.
Thank you. Manufactured applause. I appreciate that. You need a Wilhelm scream.
It's
We
so
really
silly.
do.
It makes me laugh every time I hear it.
I know, and it's like that little nugget that they put in there. That if you know anything about film, you're like, there it is.
There it is.
Uh-oh.
I watched two.
Somebody's in the
two
chat.
Indiana Jones movies like last weekend, and I was like, man, I forgot how much these movies fucking slap.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. Well, not.
I really only like the first two.
That's what I watched.
Oh, there you go.
I watched.
Yeah, I don't like The Last Crusade. I tried.
You like the second one, but you don't like the third one.
Everybody says that. I'm always like, I always thought the second one was the best. That's my favorite one.
It's just too.
Temple.
It's
Yeah.
too
No
camp.
Temple
way,
of
dude.
Doom.
Raiders rules.
Raiders is great, but I like Temple of Doom better.
You like campy movies.
Yeah,
I do like campy movies, yeah.
I saw Crystal Skull when it came out. It was okay.
I couldn't even get through the whole thing. I need to give it another shot. I like the concept a lot.
It's a movie.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's supposed to be crazy, kind of.
I agree. Yeah.
So they forced it
That's
because
Okay.
Yeah.
fair.
what they should have done, and this is it's my opinion. It doesn't really matter. But
Right.
Instead of coming up with a manufactured child that doesn't really matter just to cast Shia LaBeouf, they should have just done that. He's passing the mantle onto Short Round,
That's a much better idea.
and they probably just didn't think that an Asian-led movie would do very well. But if they had passed it on to Short Round, there was the continuity there, and you honestly could have casted whatever actor and then sold it to China, and it would have been perfectly fine. But they wanted to cast Shia LaBeouf, and that movie was shit.
I don't know if you guys knew this. Did you guys see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, but I know that the kid who played Short Round
Is the main
the
male
guy.
character.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody said he was fantastic.
He is
too.
so good in that movie. It's a great movie, very emotional film, great movie,
I wanna
very
watch it.
fucking long, but he was excellent in that film, and so was the main actress Michelle
Yeoh.
Yo. I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
Yao, and I was like, that's wrong.
Yeah, I don't do a tremendous amount of A24 stuff.
Yeah, I do just because I love horror so much, but I honestly am not an A24 like huge fan.
Yeah.
Because like I want to like a lot of it because I like that they keep making horror movies. It's just a lot of them just blend together for me. I don't know. I like indie directors too. I like to go support anybody who's an indie director and a low budget film director. But yeah, like we watched Men. That was terrible. Did you guys see that one?
No.
Okay.
That's not good. That does not appeal to me in any way.
Gotcha.
No, same. I didn't give a shit to see it.
Now, Christmas Bloody Christmas, fantastic. If you guys ever get a chance to see that, that was indie director Joe Bagos. Excellent film. Anyway, you and I work at the same place.
Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. You were in a mood yesterday
Yeah.
when we were standing there waiting for things to be defueled. Why were you in such a mood? I mean, besides the obvious, just dealing with stressful work.
Well, so I moved in with my grandmother over the Christmas holiday, and it's still a good thing. Like, at no point am I going to be like, this was a mistake. Like, I am going to get to spend more time with my grandmother and get to know her and hopefully make, her elder years a little bit better as a 20-something-year-old in the house that can, pick things up that she can't.
How old is she?
90.
Ooh.
I want to say 2, but that's not.
Good for her.
Don't quote me on that year. I could be off.
You don't know what
worry,
year she
I
was.
will.
Yeah. Do you know what year she was born?
No.
Oh, okay. I know what year my grandma was born.
Well,
1922.
Yeah, I could have done the math, but I
Brag.
didn't. Anyway, no.
Brag.
So, like normally I would go home and like watch TV for a little while, then go to bed. Well, but she is very much I haven't seen anybody all day, so I want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah.
Which is okay. Like, I just have to get used to it, and
Yeah.
because I'm not used to it, and because this is a new thing, because this is the first week, realistically back from the holidays, so it's like the first real week that I've gone to work and
you're still within a month of living there, no?
Exactly.
So it's an adjustment regardless.
Yep, it's adjustment for both of us, and I don't know. I'll get fired up because people just suck. When you're
Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Somebody in the chat said, tell
He's
them
not
about the
sorry.
Roomba.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we can talk about that. That is
Why don't we get to it when he's done making his
Yeah,
that's
point?
fine. Yeah.
Stupid chatter.
no. So dude.
Tom, you're such a jerk to the people in the chat.
They're idiots.
They hate you so much. Why are you so mean to the chatters?
If they weren't stupid, I wouldn't hate them.
Oh my god. Okay. Please continue.
Please continue.
It really comes down to two factors, right? The people that I needed to do their job in order to do my job were not doing their fucking job. And the other side of it is, do you guys have you ever had somebody at work that you play off of, that you just get each other riled up and you fuck with each other constantly, and it's
Yeah,
like
I used to.
It's like the opposite of a foil. Right?
Yeah.
Like somebody that you just ramp off of and it becomes worse and stacks up.
Yeah, you do that to me all day. Go on.
No.
I know.
Well, like, I fuck with you all the time. It's
You
not a big
sure
deal.
do. And to make an argument to what he's talking about, yesterday, or was it 2 days ago, I did an entire... We do these things called dailies. I think I've talked about them on here before. You basically check the helicopter after it flies or before it flies or after 7 days. It's kind of... Anyway, did you just turn me down all the way or turn my mic off?
Just a little bit down.
Okay.
Because you were peeking mad
bad.
hard.
I'm sorry. My ear is all fucked up. I'll talk about that later.
Well, you can keep talking loud. I can adjust your
Okay,
level.
that's fine. So I'm doing one of those by myself, which normally it takes about an hour if 2 people are doing it. A proper daily. I know, you're going to make a face. But a proper daily takes about an hour with 2 people. Well, I'm doing one by myself. I'm up high on the tail rotor, and Jay is standing below me on his phone.
I walked under just with my phone.
Yeah, and he does this to me a lot. And I go, oh, what are you doing right now? I'm watching you. And I was like, oh,
Classic.
Do you want to help with this? No.
No. No.
And he goes,
Not at all.
And I brought it up later in the day because he was complaining about people
You
like he's
rat
doing now.
snitch.
And he goes, do you think that's an insult to me? And I was like, it should be, right?
Great point.
No. Well, so, okay.
So people you play off of, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I used to have people like that, but now it seems like I work with only foils who are no fun at all and stupid.
Yeah, but if you have, like, somebody that you will constantly rile each other up, and you just play off of each other, and you're just in each other's heads, and the bad devil on the shoulder, right? It gets so much fucking worse. And I have one of those guys at work, and when we're both in a mood, I swear at some point we're gonna cause multi-million dollars worth of damage.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. They are very fucking destructive.
Like,
they would be a terrorist if they weren't in the army.
Me and Jump.
Okay, you're gonna say their name. Okay.
I don't
Nobody knows who Jump is.
I do not care. Legally, it's not even his name anymore, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
All 6 people who know him.
We just
doesn't matter.
It's back and forth, and we poke at each other the whole time, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And like you
guys are rascals.
He ran a fucking piece of equipment into the back of a forklift that I was driving today. He did, like completely on purpose, unprompted at all. Just smoked the back of this forklift, and I was just like
him.
Okay, cool. Like we're just doing this right now. So both of us were in this fucking ornery mood, and we both making it worse on each other all day long.
Oh man.
And we're out sitting in an aircraft waiting for something to happen. It doesn't matter what we were waiting for. And we're just railing at each other back and forth, and he's just standing in the middle of it, just listening to this absolute dumpster fire of a fucking conversation.
You guys are just terrible to each other.
Oh yeah. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite friends.
Honestly, he's an awesome guy, but he is so fucking destructive. It gives me like
anxiety.
I hate using that word, anxiety. I feel like people overuse it, but yeah, it actually makes me so nervous at work. Like I start shaking. I get like because I'm a nervous wreck in general.
I think you underuse it. I think you feel it a lot more than you give yourself credit for.
I feel a lot of things. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I just don't have to bitch about them all the time.
The best part is this guy is by and large the best mechanic that we have in the building.
He's the smartest guy in that entire building.
Absolutely. He's also a complete and total fucking moron.
Yeah.
You got to make up for it somewhere.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to read real well.
Cool.
He doesn't know a lot of words.
Oh my god! All right, we'll just parlay straight into this. I have a note in my phone, of all of the dumb things that have been said because.
God bless you for keeping track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and that's like Jay is that way too. Jay is incredibly smart, but he uses his smartness to make these fucking insanely dumb things. Like special awards or like he puts all of his like power to these things.
I don't know why it didn't occur to me to just turn your headphones up.
Yeah.
Your headphones were mad low. That was a problem.
Mad low, dog.
Anyway.
They were hella low.
What notional and tentatively he thought that they were both the same exact meaning, which aren't even fucking close to each other.
No. They're not.
I don't know those either.
Mitigate and salacious were just used in terrible different fucking.
I have no use for those words.
No,
either way.
I use mitigate a lot.
He was trying to explain swimming and produced the word thorkel, which then became a fat girl snorkel.
Oh my god!
Was it detractors? Like, I attempted to use this in a sentence as this person is the biggest detractor from work every day. And I pointed at him. I went, wouldn't you agree? And he literally looked back at me like I had a dick growing out of my forehead. and just went, we don't have any tractors. I shit you not.
Classic Jump, dude.
What a thorkel.
Invented and innovated. It came out as innovative. Are you familiar with the concept of Zulu time?
No.
It's GMT, Greenwich Mean Time.
Okay.
It's called Zulu time.
Yes.
We were attempting to describe Zulu time, and it came out as Zulian time.
Nice.
like a Julian date.
So he can't do the talk stuff good at all.
No, it's my personal favorite. A bidet and a bodega are the same thing. He was talking about getting.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah,
talking about
that's
getting
true.
his ass washed in a bodega.
What?
I stopped and I went, And that was an interesting conversation. But oh man, no, I was on fire the other day.
Yeah,
That's
you
fucking
guys
hysterical.
you guys both stress me out in different ways. He stresses me out because I'm afraid to hand him anything because he does this thing where he thinks so. In our line of work, dropping a tool is a big deal because you can drop it on an aircraft and it'll get stuck in something or whatever.
That makes sense.
Aviation, dropping anything is a huge deal.
Well, unless
losing
you're-
something, dropping something, those that kind of thing.
Losing, I understand because it's technically the property of the military.
No, losing it.
No, because it could be anywhere on the aircraft.
And he explained that
I've explained
a while
that
ago
probably
too.
multiple times. It
Yeah.
could kill somebody.
But if you're just like walking somewhere,
But
and drop on the floor,
Well, that's one thing, but you have to hand things down a lot or up
Okay,
onto an
makes sense.
aircraft.
Yeah.
Jump will throw you tools
Ah,
Yep.
cool.
from the floor to the top of an aircraft,
Makes
I do
sense.
that all the time.
like wrenches, anything. He'll throw it.
I think the way he meant to phrase that was tools should be handed to each other.
No, there's no reason why.
And then when you try to hand him things down, he acts like he's going to grab it and then always pulls away and it drops to the floor.
Why does he do that?
I don't know. It
What a piece of
stresses
shit.
me out so much because I'm very my entire life I've very much been a rule follower for the most part, especially at work because a lot of these guys who we work with are so good at their job, but out in the civilian world,
They're just regular
they
knock
wouldn't
around
do-
guys, you know?
I don't even know what else they would do.
Well, so part of it is that he has a better understanding of what will truly damage an aircraft than you do.
Understood.
So you're overly cautious. I'm not saying that he is not he's not cautious in any way, but you are overly cautious.
Yeah.
But it's like, but he also like he was mad at me for about 2 days because I pegged him in the head with a bottle of alcohol on the top of the aircraft. This was like 2 years ago. Yeah, but it's just
He
is so stupid.
He is moody too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's another thing that stresses me out about him because I don't. He's smart enough to make things not go your way, and he gets moody, and he doesn't usually take it out on me. He'll take it out on the higher ups, which also stresses me the fuck out.
That's hilarious.
Because then they'll punish everyone if they get mad enough, and they do get fucking mad
Yeah.
enough.
So he's just diabolical.
He is diabolical.
That's so funny.
well, so most of our bosses, you can aim in a general direction and just like fucking send them. Like, because they're not really all that great.
That's the
They're
best.
not.
So you can get them riled up and then point them at somewhere, and then they just and it's
Dude,
I
phenomenal.
watched it happen to Jay. I talked about it in the meeting. We in the podcast. A while ago, we were doing
Safety
a
meeting?
safety week, and Jay made a really dumb joke from the whole week. Everyone was making that joke.
And then suddenly the guy changed his mind on it, yeah?
Snapped.
I remember.
He jumped up,
Yeah.
yelled at Jay, and I was like, "Oh, that's coming from somewhere else."
Oh yeah. I'm used to that from him.
Yeah, and I've watched you get yelled at by more than one person. Because you are, so Liz and I, we call you a rascal here at home. And Liz saw the picture of you in your flower guy suit.
Oh, it's magnificent.
But she goes, oh, he's such a rascal. And I was like, I know.
wait
Really?
till you see the rest of the pictures.
The drift was legit.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Did you see the faux ostrich cowboy boots that accompanied it?
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was an expensive
That's
wedding
hard.
for me. They was beautiful.
Yeah, you guys make me
Oh, no, dude,
really nervous.
So that's the thing is like for yelling is not a good form of correction, and I'm sure you could
Bad,
you could talk
very
about this
bad
too.
form of
Like
correction.
It doesn't work.
if you yell at me, I have one lost all respect for you immediately, and two immediately stop giving a shit about anything that's coming out of your mouth.
We're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna give me
Shut off.
Exactly. If you're gonna give me a legitimate correction, I will listen to you. But if you're yelling at me, it's no longer a legitimate correction, and I don't care. So you yelling at me is not going to change anything that I'm doing in any way at all. Like, and then what I haven't been yelled at? Like, no, it's like a reset, right? Like, knock me down a few pegs. Yeah, no.
And see, I would have been so embarrassed for myself because I'm a person that very much has always, like, when I cut hair, I got yelled at one time. I was less than 5 minutes late. I got yelled at by somebody in my company really bad in the back. Never late again. I was waiting on the curb the next day. I'm very much a person that takes so much pride in my job because I've been working my entire... I don't know how to explain it, but the people that we work with, sometimes it drives me up a wall because I can tell they've never worked in customer service or
100%.
anything. And getting yelled at to them doesn't really mean anything because they're not going to get fired. For me, what I'm used to is if I get yelled at, I don't make money that day. So in my head, if I'm getting talked to by somebody or if somebody sees me not working, and I don't think I'll ever be able to get out of it. My wife's the same way. She has to be busy all the time at work. Like when I'm at work, I have to be working or I feel as though I'm out in the open and a lion's going to get me kind of a thing. And I've always been like that.
And I'll just sit in my phone in the middle of
and
the
he
hangar.
will watch me work
Me too.
and be stressed out and laugh. And I go, I can't do what you do because I'm going to get in trouble. I have a face that they can just easily fucking spot out or something.
This sounds like a you thing.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so.
I know you don't think so. Everybody else thinks so, though.
Eh.
The other portion of it is I have my fingers in enough shit that you can't get rid of me.
No, I know. And I don't. I'm not in that position.
Like you
Make yourself irreplaceable.
I am.
They legitimately can't get rid of me because if they do, multiple systems will crumble.
Oh, definitely. No, I know that. It's and then it's amazing the people they don't get rid of.
Oh, yeah.
Who things would actually benefit from getting rid of that person.
I hate when dead weight gets dragged along like that.
Oh yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it's scary, especially in our industry when people can die. It actually scares the shit out of me some days.
People die every day.
Okay, cool guy.
People die at the fair.
So do you want to talk about our
now?
video, or do you not want to?
Oh, dude,
yet?
that's sick. Like 413,000 views. That's fucking awesome.
Something like that. So if you just recently found this show, it's probably because a clip that we posted at when we were at Eyeball's house with Aaron and Andrew, it took off out of nowhere like a week.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
I guess like a week ago. I guess one of the hashtags caught fire, probably a military one or something, I would imagine.
It was mostly military in the comments, which was hilarious.
So again,
Military people love to shit on military people.
Oh my god, yeah. And
I know.
Dude, if I only knew me from the podcast, I would shit all over me too. Like,
Oh, the funniest one was guy liked basic training so much he kept the
He
basic
kept the
training
haircut.
haircut.
oh my god,
I
dude.
shit my pants.
I
laughing.
was laughing pretty hard at that too. I was actually shitting when I read that comment, and I was laughing as shit was coming out.
So just to brag, like we deserve to brag a little bit. Like this show we started out of nothing. Like we've never had an influencer on the show. We've never been plugged by anybody famous
we're not
or whatever.
famous in any way.
So
we don't have any connections.
to start a show that would get 3 listens a week in the beginning, we got over 400,000 views on that video.
That's cool.
And I mean, no, I'm sorry.
Over 300,000.
300,000.
There you go.
I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
We've quadrupled our Instagram followers with more than, as of today, 48,000 likes on that clip. It was shared over 33,000 times to
Wow.
others.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So that means somebody sent their friend a clip that they thought was funny.
It is a really funny
Which is
fucking
what I
story.
like.
It's a funny story.
It's a funny fucking story.
It
Yeah.
is.
That was a strange day for me.
I
And
just want to be punished.
I think it's over 100 comments now. And now I will share with you some of my favorite,
Oh yes.
some of my
Oh my
favorite
god.
comments.
Yo, okay. You know what? Never mind. I don't care. Even if we gain 3 listeners from that show and they're just listening to just shit on me, that's fine. That's fine.
So-
Go ahead.
We got plenty of comments saying things like, this is in relation to how I said drill instructors can't possibly be nice people.
Drill sergeants.
Sergeants.
So this is where I think
I'll get there.
Okay, all right.
Let me do my job. I said they can't possibly be cool people because they're such cunts to people at basic training. And probably the most popular subject matter of comments was they are cool. That's just their job,
Yep.
which I understand. They literally have to. Here's how I will prove to you that I understand it. They have to push you beyond your limits because someday you could be in a situation where it's life or death.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to break at basic training and you can't hang, you shouldn't be a soldier.
No, so-
It's
That's the whole point is
That's all it is.
they want you. They need to push you to be
Beyond.
the best. Dude, honestly, drill sergeants and drill instructors, I'm assuming, because you were Marines, or you are, I guess, what is it?
No,
Once
I
a
was.
Marine? Okay,
It's
all right. Drill sergeants, in my experience, love the Army so much that they went that route, because there's two routes
because
you
they
can
want
go
they
when
want to
you
make
reach-
it better.
When you reach a certain rank, there's like 2, possibly 3 routes you can go. One is to become an instructor in a school.
Mm-hmm.
One is to be a drill sergeant, and then the other,
It's recruiter, isn't it?
yeah, I was going to
There's
say
a bunch of
recruiter.
other
There's
options.
This
Yeah,
is
but-
in your experience, correct?
Yes, so-
okay, let's make that very clear
But
for the
the-
fucking nitpickers.
Oh
out
no,
there.
I don't care. You guys can nitpick. It's
Well,
fine, dude.
so-
I don't care.
There's two sides of the coin, right? There's guys that can literally. We were just talking about this before we started recording. You can turn it off. Right?
Yeah.
So you leave the squad bay, you go home, you flip a switch, you turn it off, you leave it at work, and you have a beer and you go to bed.
That's
Right?
Yeah.
Or there's him, which is he can't turns it off, he takes it home and beats his wife. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
I'm completely kidding.
I was gonna get to that's another comment that came up more than one time, and it's that they're nice people at home
Yep.
because they take their stresses out at work. LOL, or at least that's been my experience.
They're also some of the funniest people.
They're hilarious.
That's another thing I read. So
They have to get good at comedy because you
mean-
can only be so mean to somebody. I've seen a drill sergeant kick somebody down, like physically, but
Makes
who
sense.
deserved it. Somebody who deserved it. But you can only be so mean. You have to eventually just make fun of people because being mean doesn't work on
It's
everybody.
the funniest shit you're not allowed to laugh at.
Yes.
it sounds pretty
Yes.
fun, kind of.
But like they'll just say fucked up things to get your reaction. I think I told this story on the pod where I think I told it on that episode where that one drill sergeant walked outside and he goes, "It's hotter than 2 12-year-olds out here."
yeah,
Yeah, I laughed my ass off. I know they were not impressed with that comment. But when you're in, look, dude, this is basic training. It sucks, but it's not like the worst thing in the world.
no.
But when you're in that situation and you're fucking hungry and they're making you wear stupid shit and they shave your head until it's like you're literally bleeding after your haircuts and you're just like, you hear shit like that and you're like, okay, that's kind of funny. Like you have to laugh or you're gonna go nuts.
And let's see. Yeah, they're nice because of that. I got a comment from an actual drill sergeant.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm a drill sergeant and we're no different than anyone else when we go home. Work is work and home is home. You got to be able to turn the work side off when you leave." To which I said, "Thank you for the honest perspective."
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
There
I'm
was-
surprised you actually
All right.
go and reply to a lot of the comments.
You have to
That's-
interact with people.
That's how you increase engagement.
Really?
Exactly.
See, I wouldn't have, I would never even.
No, engagement is built into the algorithm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I interact with some people. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
true. I do that on purpose.
Gotcha.
And there's somebody said there's angry people who just want to be angry, but it can also come from a level of compassion and understanding for their duty and responsibility to their recruits. And I said, spoken like a true drill sergeant. Spy. Anyway. And there were some people who were nitpicking, like, talk about Army basic training while they show Marine drill instructors as the images. To which I say, I'm not enlisted in the military. I don't give a fucking shit.
I knew that
What-
was going to come
I
up.
knew that was going to come up as soon as I saw the clip, and I was like,
What-
"Oh, he doesn't," because you
I
don't
don't
know.
care.
Because you don't, but you also don't know.
I don't know because I don't
But
care.
see, that type of stuff is huge in what we do.
That's so funny to me.
It's funny to me too, but a lot of people,
They take it too seriously.
It's different dialects of the same language.
yeah,
That's the easiest way to explain it.
because people like us look at a new recruit. Let's say like this is their basic training stories, and they go, "Oh, this fucking guy, he's still tucking his pants into his boots."
When
or
you,
he's,
you tell stories based on your experience, right?
Oh, yeah.
And frequently, the guys that talk a lot about basic training are guys that didn't do anything or haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Because that is the most demanding thing that they've been through.
most definitely.
Now, everyone has funny basic training stories, and
course.
it's a bonding experience between all the branches too, because every branch has their specific individual entry training, especially and including all of the OCSs, and everybody goes through initial entry training. So there's a bonding experience between I don't know what all the fucking each branch calls them something different.
Yeah.
But
I noticed that too.
but when you roll into your unit and you talk like a lot of basic training stories, you look like a fucking boot.
You do. You look like you look like a dweeb.
Boob is a perfect
But
description.
boot.
Of
For this,
Oh, boot.
Yes.
yeah. For this podcast, like those stories are important, because it can reach out to the person that just got in, and they want to relate, or they want to hear something where they can relate and go, oh, okay. But like, obviously, like this isn't a podcast where we're talking like war stories or deployments.
No,
it was just a
this is for
silly-
goofs.
Yeah,
always.
it's like a silly thing, which is like
That's because we won the war in Kosovo.
yeah, well, yeah, we did. Yeah. What a stupid deployment. I don't even, dude. I hated that deployment. That was trash. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, you're right. Really, more of a tour of duty.
Gotta throw the air quotes up there.
Yeah, exactly. We don't get any of the good deployments.
I also had another comment with somebody quoting me, like sarcastically, like they can't be cool people, and they said that's the thing, greaseball. They're the best people, and I was like, greaseball. That's a little, racist. I'm Italian.
Is that an Italian thing?
I'm not Italian.
I know you're not. Is greaseball an Italian? Now, if
I
you
would
said
never-
you Italian greaseball,
That's
what- yeah.
extreme.
Now, as I'm Italian,
But calling somebody a greaseball is like, are you 66 years old?
1956.
Well,
yeah.
actually, there is a solid chance that you would engage with older veterans, because a lot of the Cold War guys never went anywhere, so they frequently talk about boot camp stories.
Oh,
I'm dead serious.
Most
So they're like, you may have engaged with somebody who was insulted with the term greaseball when they were in elementary school, and
Funniest
it
thing.
meant something.
Funniest thing.
Yeah.
That comment came from a woman.
Oh,
So that sounds like somebody's like partner or something.
well.
It sounds like the classic partner of a drill.
Hey man, I only
instructor.
listen to military wife rock.
Is it Toby Keith?
It's definitely Nickelback and Creed and fucking Five Finger Death Punch.
What?
Arms wide open.
What are you talking about?
You've never seen that meme?
No.
I only listen to military wife rock.
Oh, boy.
It's hilarious.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, it's
That's
a very
the fucking
funny
problem.
Yeah, yeah, and it is very on point.
Let's see. My number one favorite comment might be "Yell at me, Daddy,"
Yep. Yeah, I saw that one.
and then about at least a dozen or so people had to chime in, and like, obviously, the funny thing to do on comments now is to comment the same thing that somebody else commented, and
Being
it was
chilling.
What is it?
over and over. It was that Bob Ross was a drill sergeant.
I fucking saw that comment a bunch too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a new thing on the internet is to comment
So-
the same thing over and
So
over.
he was Air Force, and
He
I don't
was
think
Air Force.
He wasn't actually a drill. What do they call it in? the
He
Air
was a
Force?
master sergeant.
Yeah, that's a rank though. That's like,
He was a drill sergeant.
and that's an old.
Was he really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
He was enlisted for.
and they changed their ranking names.
He was
around now, I
enlisted
think.
for 20 years.
From back. He was like almost like Vietnam era. So I think they're
He was
different.
he enlisted in 61,
Yeah.
and he was in the service for 20 years, rising to the rank of master sergeant
So I may be
per
wrong.
military.com.
I may be wrong, but I believe that the only time that the Air Force changed their rank was when they moved away from Army rank after they became the Air Force, because the Air Force was originally the Army Air Corps.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, because I know the Army has changed rank quite a bit,
Yep.
or changed the name of our ranks quite a bit.
Why do they do that? They think they have to?
Dude, look,
They want to?
A lot of the rules are made by these people that also don't do anything except for stay in TRADOC areas, which is TRADOC's like the office side of like on a base.
TRADOC, no. TRADOC is a
training
command.
area. What?
TRADOC is a command.
Okay, I'm trying to put it in like simple terms. Like when I was in school.
Pogues make the rules.
There you go. That's an easier way. Pogue, by the way, is person other than grunt. That's what that.
Okay.
Yeah. But TRADOC, to those who are not in the military, it's called TRADOC when you're in like a training environment, or you're like stationed at like Fort Eustis is a very TRADOC heavy.
I believe TRADOC stands for Training and Doctrinal Command. I could be wrong.
No, you're probably right.
But it's headquartered at Eustis. But whenever you're in a heavily training environment, especially an installation that is like dedicated to training, say like Fort Jackson or Eustis or Lee or any of these places on the East Coast, it's overtly garbage.
It sucks.
Because there's just...
They have nothing to do except for nitpick at all the dumb Army rules that are made up by the dumb Army people who don't have to go do anything except for sit in their offices and make up dumb rules. It's a way to keep money flowing to when you have like you know what I'm talking about, when you get a certain amount of money to go buy stuff and then it doesn't cost.
It's called a budget.
There you go. Yeah,
you have so much money that you have to spend so that you get it again.
Exactly. The Office did a great episode about that.
It's a classic like trope of the world. You have to spend your budget to get it back. Yeah.
Too bad The Office sucks dicks.
Hey,
are you kidding? I thought you liked The Office.
No, I can't stand The Office.
Oh, I really thought you liked it.
Ice cold take.
Well, it's a hilarious show.
Yeah, it's objectively hilarious.
You know, it's been off the air 10 years now.
Really?
I believe it.
Wow.
Good.
Times 10. Okay, go on. You have a lot of notes.
Yeah, because I can't use my phone. It's busy.
Oh yeah, there's some notes too.
But no, I wanted to just not so humbly brag a little bit because I thought that clip did insanely well for no reason at all.
Oh yeah, I know, and I'm pretty sure I told that story multiple times on this pod. But
No,
really,
no, not that one.
I think I did. Anyway,
You didn't. You've been recorded. I've listened to every episode.
Yeah.
Punish me, Drill Daddy.
Yell at me, Daddy. Made me fucking
Oh my
laugh,
god,
dude.
Oh, and with the haircut thing, yes. Horrible haircut. By the way, I had drill the next morning. I think I said this on the show.
Anybody who found this show, listen to the episode and you'll understand.
Yeah, I had drill the next morning and I cut my own hair and I definitely fucked it up.
So who cares?
It was just silly.
Hair grows back.
I know. It was just fucking funny that everybody was like,
funny.
"Look at this fucking guy with his high and tight." I was like,
He likes
"Oh
boot
god,
camp so much.
yeah, no,
kept
he
the
fucking loves the military."
It's just like a 3 all the way around or something.
Right now,
Yeah.
no. In that video, I took the 0 and I was. I fucked it up. I fucking fucked my shit up.
When
And I
he
went
likes-
into my shitty hairline right here too, and it made it so much worse.
When he likes basic training so much, he keeps the haircut.
Yeah, boy.
That's got to be a sticker.
Oh, maybe.
But anyway,
It's pretty funny.
it is funny. Yeah, keep making fun of me. I don't care.
If you found this show, thanks to that, I would call it viral clip.
It's a vibe.
Welcome.
300,000 is nothing these days. Let's get it to 1 million people.
It's the next one.
Huh?
It's the next one.
The next video?
Who knows?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Anything can catch on.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny license plates this week?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wait, can I do some?
Oh, yeah, you
I
do
hope
it.
so.
My dad sent me one too.
All right, so it's
That's
a
hilarious.
giant yellow truck. Sorry. So it's a F-350 HRRRONK. Honk.
That's a great plate. That's funny.
My dad sent me one that just said salt and pepper.
Huh?
Yeah, salt and pepper.
How's it spelled?
SLTNPPA, I think.
Huh. That's pretty good.
SLT.
It's creative.
I've been saving these. Scuba Doo.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, look, SLT, the ampersand, PPR.
You can put an ampersand.
I didn't
on
know
the plate?
that either.
Special character. Look at that.
Yeah. Do you know what that
You
is?
could put a fucking ampersand on a license plate?
Yeah, I
I
had
don't
no
think I've
idea.
heard the word ampersand so many times until right now.
Ampersand.
Ampersand.
Chef Wee?
Ooh, like we like French?
No. CHEF space WE.
Huh.
Oh.
It'd be really funny if it was OUI, like we.
And then this was on a license plate in our work parking lot, which is actually kind of funny because
Yeah.
there aren't very many people, and it was expired at the time that I took the fucking EPTOANK.
EPT. What?
Eptwonk?
Oh, can I see how it's
yeah.
spelled?
Aptonk?
Eptoonk?
I don't know. It must mean something that I don't know.
Eptonk.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw this guy in this bright blue Corvette with a ponytail and sunglasses on at nighttime,
Sounds cool.
and it said Scarfo. I don't know what Scarfo
It
is.
sounds like a last name. I work with a Scarfo.
Oh yeah, like a Tony Scarfo.
Sure.
I feel like there was another.
It also sounds like that thing from Thundercats. That's Snarf. You remember Snarf?
No.
Snarf. Really?
I didn't watch it. It was before my time.
But we're the same age. I watched Thundercats.
It wasn't your time either. It was from like the 80s, wasn't it?
My time all the time.
All right.
This wasn't a license plate, but the sticker really stuck out to me. It was a green M&M,
Oh, the sexy one.
but it was a Dr. Phil face.
Oh shit!
It was just it's just a fucking bald ass green M&M with the Dr. Phil face, and I almost drove off the fucking road.
That's so
I was
funny.
laughing so hard at this stupid fucking bumper
shit.
sticker.
That's so funny. In relation to the Air Force shit, I saw Chinook.
Well, that's
Like a
that's
helicopter.
Army. That's Army.
Well, it's also
I mean,
Like
It
a-
flies, doesn't it? Sorry, fuck.
it's also a tribe of Native Americans.
It is, yeah.
There's that. I saw Tee It Up.
Teed up.
Tee It Up.
Oh,
like
Oh,
Tee
it's
It Up.
golf. It's a golf
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And my favorite plate I think I've ever seen. Mom Gay.
Wait. Tee it up.
TEEIT.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was just like TIT up.
I'm talking about Mom Gay over here.
Yeah. Oh no, Mom Gay is phenomenal.
Mom
Gay?
space gay. Literally. Might be the best plate I've ever seen.
that can't be
shit.
anything but Mom Gay.
That was
Yeah,
that
there's
was
a space in
submitted
it.
submitted by a listener in California.
Oh shit!
But I
Thank
got
you,
the pick.
listener.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Nice.
Is his last name
No.
Dover?
Would you rather be Ben Dover or Mike Latoris?
I'd rather be Mike Oxlong.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
How
a good
about
one.
Sharon Cox?
That's funny.
Dixie Norris?
Dixie Normus?
Yeah,
there
that's
you
classic.
Never heard that one. That's funny.
go. Richard Stroker.
Dick Stroker? How Dick became the nickname for Richard?
Excellent. Who
I have
cares?
no idea. Well, what do you call it? The connotation for Dick being phallic did not take place for years after
Oh, yeah.
Dick. Jesus was
Was the name?
Yeah, was the name, and that was and also like what was it? Oh shit! Hard Dick meant like giving someone the facts.
Oh yeah.
I've heard that.
In like it was
Yeah.
like the 40s.
I've heard
50s,
that,
somewhere
Yeah,
in
because
there.
Dragnet, they've said shit like that.
I've heard
I'm a
that
big
euphemism.
Dragnet. I listen to a lot of Dragnet old time radio. They say they do say
Give
shit
him
like
the
that.
hard dick.
Could you imagine fucking Joe Friday being like, "All right, son, I got the hard dick for you."
Meanwhile, we're all like, tee.
Yeah.
He said hard dick.
Yeah, because there were so many famous dicks
Yeah.
before it became. Okay. There were a lot of famous dicks. I mean, I can think of like there's like 10 off the top of my head.
Yeah, Ron
Dicks-
Jeremy, Johnny Sins.
Owen Gray right now. He's my favorite.
You have a
Scott
favorite
Nails.
male porn star?
Yeah, don't
Why?
you?
No.
What are you, gay? What's wrong with you?
Oh, you're talking to him.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have a favorite male porn star?
No.
Oh, dude, you got to get one.
Why?
He's lying.
Oh,
No, that's
okay.
like I legitimately do not have a
Okay.
favorite male porn star.
Okay.
Okay, tough guy. Sure you don't.
There's nobody you prefer.
I follow female porn stars, but I do not
Obviously.
follow male porn stars. Like I don't watch it like, here's Lester Holt with the evening news. Like that's not.
I don't see it. I don't know who Lester Holt is.
What, do you have a problem with guys or something?
No,
What's wrong with you?
not at all.
So
Open your mind.
Owen Gray, he's the somebody put in the chat pause. So that has to be Reggie.
That's funny.
So
Perfectly timed.
So, yeah, Owen Gray is not only in great shape, so he's like somebody I strive to be like.
Oh, man.
He has relations with the hottest
What, are you
porn
censoring yourself
stars
suddenly?
possible.
Yeah, okay. I guess if I looked at it like, if you follow a male porn star, it's like they're the host of a show that you really like.
Love that show.
But I've never really
Never
thought
miss an
about
episode.
it. I've never really thought
They're-
about it like that.
They're actors.
Well,
Yeah, he's a good actor.
It's kind of like it's a combination of acting and athleticism, too. So they're even sicker than actors if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like sports. Don't you have a favorite sports team?
Of any kind.
There you go. You like Dick.
I knew
okay,
it.
Fine, fuck it, I don't care.
I'm basically watching the Owen Grays
Yeah,
beat
his-
the Kenzie Reeves.
He's such a Ricky Spanish.
Once again, $1 million joke on $5 individuals right here.
Stop
You're
trying to make that
so
joke happen.
hard for some of these jokes, and it's just like
Come on, man.
lowbrow.
Owen
Oh,
Grays
God.
versus the Kenzie Reeves. That's funny.
Is
That's
it?
comedy.
Is it?
He wants Owen Gray to give him the straight facts. That's what is written in the comments. That's hilarious.
That's perfect. Fun. Chat's on fire today. That's
I
funny.
actually don't know.
Who's your favorite male
I
porn
don't know
star?
who Owen Gray is.
I'd say probably Johnny Sins
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because he's just a regular looking. Well,
The
How about
man-
small hands? You
the
like
man-
small
oh,
hands?
That's
He
all
bugs me.
titties.
He bugs you?
his stupid tattoos bug me.
Why is he stupid tattoo?
They're
You
bad.
and I both have stupid tattoos.
Is it
His
EY
are
or
stupid.
AY?
Though. Like,
Is there stupider?
yeah.
Owen Gray is a Jamaican musician. according to
It's not, he's
Google.
definitely not Jamaican.
Is it
He
EY
is-
or AY?
I usually it's OWENGR
That's what I'm,
EY. I think.
that's what I'm asking.
I think it could go either. I think it might go to Deep Lush. That's their company's name.
I legitimately don't know who this guy is.
Let me see.
he's
It's
a
just all dicks.
he's a tall lanky.
Yeah, that's him.
I don't know.
That's
I
Owen
don't
Gray?
know if I've ever seen that. dude.
Really?
He's a tall lanky guy. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Who's your favorite female porn star?
I couldn't say.
Oh.
It's too hard to say. I'd have to name 10.
All right, give me your top 3.
Oh God, I couldn't.
Okay.
I don't do commercial porn.
You watch amateur? I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I'll do
It's like college football.
like
They-
college
They
football.
want it more.
That's the funny part. College football is legitimately more fun to watch than in the NFL. But anyway,
That's what everybody says.
It's a large consensus to be
Yeah.
to be true.
Yeah, I'd go Kenzie Reeves has become my and Ava Adams. Those are like my always like go-to for female porn stars.
That's great.
Who are your go-tos?
I don't have go-tos. I just go. I just find a scene that looks appealing, and I'm like, fine, that'll do.
it's Reddit.
Oh yeah, well Reddit will ruin your life.
It's ruining somebody's life.
By that scroll, it's a lot of fucking people.
It is.
What else? What else we got this week, boys?
Oh my god.
What are you thinking about?
So much. Can I just talk about this morning I woke up in so much pain because of my fucking ear as I got cauliflower ear from jiu-jitsu. And in my head I was like, "Oh, I have a needle kit at work for injecting we got handed out those kits they're like wound kits." And I was like, "All right, when I get to work, I'm going to drain my ear because I'm in so much pain. It's all swollen."
Why would you do it yourself?
You can do it yourself. That's a common thing.
Yeah, but we have 2 medics.
We
that work
understand-
Right,
full-time.
but
We understand
but they
that you
don't
can.
get there until 8:30 a.m. or like 8 a.m.
Okay.
We understand that you have the ability to do it yourself.
Okay, well I was in pain. I
But
wasn't.
you
I wasn't
shouldn't.
in my head. I'm not going like, man, I can't wait till the medics get there. I'm like, I have a needle. I need to do this now. So
I understand the desperation side too.
So I opened the needle. I didn't realize how big this needle was. It was 18 gauge needle.
Oh, fuck.
And I go into the bathroom at work at 6 in the morning. It wasn't even 6 hours. It must have been like 5:50 or 5:55. I go into the bathroom and I'm like, oh, God damn it. And
Just
I'm like,
casually
okay,
lancing
fuck it.
my ear.
So then I pinch my ear and I push this fucking 18 gauge needle in and I'm sucking out with a syringe the blood, like some of it. But then I accidentally let go for a second and it sucks it right, it pushes right back. So then blood is bubbling on my ear and I'm just dripping blood.
This is why you wait for somebody to fucking
So
do it.
then everybody was like, oh yeah, go talk to our medic at work. Like she's drained ears before. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh, cool.
they
So
do.
then I texted her and she got right back to me at like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. And
The Brit.
yeah.
Yo, she's
And,
rad.
Yeah, she's cool. So she ended up draining my ear. And it's definitely a lot better than it was. I got to buy headgear.
She's
I
used
learned
to
my
our
lesson.
nonsense at this point.
Yeah.
Actually, I legitimately miss having full-time medical personnel living in the same building that I was in. It was so
Oh, you're talking
fucking
about
convenient.
in Kosovo?
No, active duty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
When you were in Japan?
yeah, they had like an unofficial person that was like on duty at all times. They like rotated
Is that
somebody
who looked at
that's-
your wiener?
that stayed sober in the barrack. No, they all looked at my wiener. They that stayed sober in the barracks that would like because drunk people like fell down the stairs and like broke their arms and there'd be like somebody would walk up the stairs and go, hey, who's the medic on duty? Well, at the time it was corpsman, but who's the corpsman on duty? And they'd be like, oh, Jones. And you'd walk down to Jones like, hey, some fucking dumbass fell down the stairs. He'd be like, oh, okay. And he'd splint it and be like, this is what you have to do. And this is in the same building that people were playing beer darts, which is like,
Beer darts?
yeah. Are you familiar with beer darts?
Is it just darts?
No, it's you sit in a circle outside around each other. You put a beer in between your legs and you throw darts at each other. And if it hits the beer, you have to shotgun the beer through the dart hole. Yeah, so
Oh.
I have pulled darts out of my shin before.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Whew. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Marines are
until
a whole different animal.
because I watched somebody, it nicked a fucking, I don't know, it wasn't an artery, but it was a larger,
Oh my
A big vein.
it was a larger vein in the leg, and it was like,
God.
and
like a movie.
yeah, they ran inside and grabbed this guy, and there's like a belt on the thing, and it was just the whole ordeal.
Dude.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of dumb injuries.
How
in the
many
barracks.
STIs and STDs did that fucking corpsman deal with on a regular basis?
Actually, there's probably more in the States than there would be overseas, because like the areas surrounding military installations in the United States are higher STD rates than overseas.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because the people out in town in the United States are just fucking around military installations are generally not good people.
Yeah, no. Try and sell you Mustangs.
I'm trying to
And
think.
try and take all your money. Give you herpes.
Oh, we were living in a squad bay in Korea, and this corpsman was giving classes on how to do IVs, and he put an IV into this kid, and we're living in a squad bay with like a whole bunch of different people, and the group of kids that he had there to like demonstrate on was ROTC cadets that had come in to do like an example or whatever. And I don't know exactly how this works, but apparently if the IV is too cold, you can put the body into shock and they will like knock the fuck out.
Yeah,
I believe
if
that.
the saline is too cold and
Yeah.
it's going through your vein, yes.
So there's this like 18-year-old kid who's supposed to be an officer someday that's sitting on a couch with this fat fucking log of Copenhagen in the side of his lip. He's just like
Classic 18-year-old.
talking, and then all of a sudden and I'm standing there looking at this kid and I'm like, well, that's a bit weird. I was like, hey doc, is that normal? And he goes, yeah, and like grabs him. He's like, hey man, are you fucking with me? He goes, and this completely non-responsive, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" He slaps this dude across the face. Oh, it was great. It was wonderful. And then we weren't allowed to play with the ROTC cadets anymore.
I just think about that kid, the ROTC kid TikTok that keeps popping up. That account.
I have no idea.
Oh, dude, that's so.
Are they actually like that?
That's JROTC.
Oh, that's right.
So JROTC is in a high school.
I got to send you what I'm talking about. It's
Okay.
hilarious.
Yeah, send it to me.
And some of them are. I was a little JROTC kid in high school, and some of those kids were just bad. Like, how dare you disrespect a future soldier type shit.
Yeah.
No,
I've heard
I'm
stories
serious.
of shit like
it's
that.
a real thing. You guys didn't have JROTC in the liberal arts college
At my
of fucking high school that you went
art,
to?
at my art school, no, we didn't even have sports teams. I'm being dead serious. I had to wrestle and do track for the other school that's attached to us as a charter school. So
Really?
we did. Cab didn't have sports teams.
Not even like ultimate frisbee or
My
like
school had
You
that.
asshole.
disc golf.
No, we didn't have
He's
fucking
being
disc
serious.
golf. You fucking.
He's being serious. AI had ultimate frisbee.
I was
No,
not being serious.
No, he was not
No.
being serious. I know AI did, but no.
We had golf, too.
Cab had like no,
actual golf.
Cab had no money, dude.
That's what they say.
No, we didn't. I told you that. I've talked about this on the podcast. We didn't have ceilings when we graduated high school. They ran out of money trying to redo the school.
What?
And we didn't have ceilings
Where'd
anymore, so
all-
we had exposed pipes and exposed.
Asbestos.
Yeah, we had.
Walk up
Liz
to the
Liz
scene
went
with
to
the
the.
ceiling
My
missing.
wife went to the same high school.
If you didn't have ceilings, where'd all the rain go?
Well, I mean, okay, we had roofs. There's a. Are you?
There was a roof, but not a ceiling.
Are you?
Am I what?
Are you serious?
We didn't have enough kids in my school interested in JROTC to do it, I don't think.
That makes sense.
Did you guys ever see High School Musical, the Disney movie?
I sure didn't.
Yes.
Really? Okay, well, I've seen it too many times.
That makes a lot of
My
sense.
school
Get your head in the
was
game.
a lot like that.
Well, yeah, you're all
where
theater kids.
Exactly.
Makes
So,
sense.
like, you'd have kids out in the hallways during class that had, like, a hall pass or whatever, some fake hall pass, and they would just be singing. Do you know how many times I heard Beyonce? Like, literally those words so many times. It was I don't want to say his name. I know exactly who said it. But, dude, I would hear that shit all, like, every class. I was like, how is he skipping this much fucking class? But kids just did that shit. They skip. They'd go to hang out in gym. They'd do theater in the hallways. It was a fucking wild school, dude. I loved it, but yeah.
Was there kids doing pirouettes and shit between classes all the time?
Pirouettes?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
All of those children
There
are
was
now
dance.
failures.
They're not what?
Failures.
I would say in their selected art, most of them, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
But there were some that succeeded. A girl I was in my class, like my graduating class, she went on to become a professional dancer. Which that is a really tough gig to get, so I was surprised.
bet.
by that.
Especially a kid. I know a lot of successful dancers, too, if you catch my
Okay.
drift.
All right, why do I even open my big fucking mouth?
I mean, you could argue that Maddie from Year of the Knife is successful at her art. And she
Yes.
went to Cab and
She
did
did.
music.
She was a grade below me.
Troy, aka Aunt Mary Pat's, really popular.
Yes, Troy is very
I
popular.
know Aunt Mary Pat. That's so funny.
That was my friend in high school.
wow. That's
And we
so
did a bunch of
funny.
shows together when I was younger.
That comic is constantly doing shows.
Yeah.
He's doing really well.
Oh yeah, Troy's awesome.
That's cool. That's
Troy's very, very funny. That's funny that you know Aunt Mary Pat.
I know of them.
Yeah. Sarah McBride was my good
What?
friend in high school.
Why do I know that name?
Sarah McBride is a trans woman and who's a trans activist. You've seen her on CNN. Probably she campaigned with the Bidens back in the day.
I don't
She's
watch
going to be
CNN.
president of the United States one day. Okay, well she's becoming a very famous politician.
Well, that's great.
And there's actually quite a good success rate from my class, just not in our art. But yeah. Then there was me,
Brag.
who just did this. But yeah.
Now you get to record.
In our Delaware Senate.
Huh?
Sarah McBride is in the Senate of Delaware.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Sarah McBride and I were very good buddies back in the day. We made a couple of films for our film class together. Yeah. It'd be cool to have her on the show.
I mean, you have the connection, so
You know what? I'm gonna ask
make
her.
it happen.
Yeah, she probably won't, but I'll ask her.
Probably doesn't have time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the state senate.
Yep.
If she only does state senate, then she has a tremendous amount of time.
Very fair. That's true. And
It's so funny, like because you grew up in lower Delaware. It's so funny. It's like two different fucking worlds, dude.
I firmly believe that the C&D Canal should cut off Delaware, and everything above the canal should be in Pennsylvania. Everything below the canal should be a different state.
I think it should be Maryland below the canal, and regular Delaware should just stay the same.
Regular Delaware, I agree. You guys should have just be Maryland.
It's where all the populace is. So
There was a possibility of Delmarva being its own state at one point.
that's asinine.
Because the eastern shore of
Maryland?
Virginia wanted to be... I don't remember if it was the eastern shore of Maryland or the eastern shore of Virginia.
It's got to be Maryland because Virginia doesn't have a shore.
Yeah, no, yes, they do.
Do they?
Where do you think Delmarva comes
Virginia
from?
Beach? What are you thinking?
The peninsula
I'm thinking.
of Virginia.
Oh, never
Are
mind.
you thinking West Virginia?
Well,
No,
that's west. That's way out
the Virginia
there.
Peninsula. Either the eastern shore of Maryland and the eastern shore of Virginia attempted to become their own state very early on in the process of America, and it was like basically ignored because they didn't have enough votes. It was a whole deal. But if you just cut Delaware off at the C&D and gave all of it below, don't even call it Delaware, call it Delmarva, and that's all one state, and then above it is we'll give it back to Pennsylvania. It should have never left. And
You're not wrong. That does make a lot of sense.
Yep. Because if you think about it, below the canal is more or less a single state of rural.
Yeah.
Between fishing and chickens and crops and everything like that.
Yeah.
farming.
There's not a hell of a lot of difference between the populace down there.
No, it would be a better...
Isn't Dover more populated than Wilmington?
No, are you
really?
crazy?
Not even... Okay.
Oh, I
so
didn't know.
here's a...
It's our capital,
Doesn't
which
mean
is fucking
shit.
weird.
So
Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Where do all the people live?
I have no idea, dude.
Philadelphia.
Where the fuck? What happens in Harrisburg?
Sussex County, Delaware,
Okay.
and Kent County, Delaware are both red counties.
Yeah. Oh, most
No,
certainly.
100% red counties. There are more registered Republicans in Newcastle County than Kent and Sussex combined, and Newcastle County is a blue county.
And we're a blue state.
Yes.
Wild.
Yeah, historically blue, that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or light blue, but
Light blue. Is that a real thing?
Sure.
I've never heard that before. Hey, can we do a show one day of Jay's random history knowledge where he just lists off stuff? He was doing it for us the other day, just listing off like different military strange weapons. Like
We should do a bonus episode sometime.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. I should have just said it off air, but
you're going to have to tee me up for it. Because, like, my brain only works
I'll
to the...
tee you, baby.
My brain only works if I'm pointed in one direction and then it, like, occurs again.
No, I know.
I have, like, my memory is garbage.
On Monday, he stopped us and just talked to us about how people trained bats to carry bombs,
Oh, my God.
and it was a real fucking American experiment.
I did fuck up the donkey bomb, though.
Classic donkey bomb.
That was what I think I said it was a Confederate thing, and it was actually a Union thing. So I fucked up the because I actually looked.
Ah, you ass.
Oh, now that's
No, that's a really funny
That's a good
story if
joke.
you want to look it up. That's hilarious.
well. Can you save it and let's do an entire
Yeah, sure.
like
We can-
silly history with Jay Crimmins?
You want to do a drunk
Sounds like
history
fun.
with Jay Crimmins?
Yeah, but I won't be
We won't
drinking,
call-
and
we
neither
won't
will
call-
he.
No,
Yeah.
well,
We're just watching you get drunk.
That is drunk history.
Well, we won't call it that.
yeah.
We'll call it something else.
That's fine.
We'll call it history under the influence or something.
That's brilliant, right there. Yeah.
Copy-
Twisted history with Twisted Iron.
copyright.
fucking-
Oh yeah,
Me.
they'd love that one.
Yeah.
You guys, you got any other work shit?
I got pretty good at towing aircraft now. Like
You've said that
way-
three episodes in a
I know,
row.
dude. You weren't even watching me.
The
last-
aircraft you put in backwards wasn't straight enough. I had to move the aircraft by hand.
Ooh,
Okay.
how good did you
I
get?
told you I wanted to straighten out, and you went, "Nah, that's fine."
No, you
I was
didn't.
trying. Jason Marie Crimmins. I know that it's John. Jason Derulo. I fucking said that shit. And I was like, oh, I was gonna move it again. You're like, that's fine.
Oh man. So no.
No, I
you
need to go
whipping
to
out the
sleep.
paper.
I went through some shit today,
Oh,
and I wanted
yeah,
to get
okay.
both of your opinions on it.
Oh, is this with Carol?
No. I was psyched that you were coming on because that's two people I can bounce this off of. So, I know this has been a pretty much all military episode, but now I'm gonna get into regular office work type shit.
Well, who are you working with?
Oh,
Great
he used our
question.
thing.
So,
Well, because you never do it.
I don't.
You used to.
I don't as much anymore
because
because I feel like we just flow into it better now.
oh, there is no flow. We kind of just go, and I just follow you.
Really? Because I've been following you.
Where am I?
You just yeet
The blind-
yourselves into different segments.
Blind leading the blind over here. That's how my entire brain works all day long.
All right. Well, I'm gonna create a scenario, and you guys tell me what you
Oh,
think.
please, yeah.
So, my job offers a service in the, I'll say in the safety industry,
Yeah.
and when we perform said service, customer gets presented with an invoice, aka a bill, and then they have to pay it. And some customers now can pay their bills through a credit card on the spot, either with the invoice that's generated through the techs. All this is generated from an iPad that the techs all have in the field, and they can pay the shit instantly with said credit card. So a customer paid a bill with a credit card, and I assume this happened. They got some kind of error message or maybe a spinny wheel and hit it again, and they got the spinny wheel and they hit it again. Customer was charged 3 times for the service.
Shit.
And it wasn't a small amount either. It was an inconvenient. I'll say it was an inconvenient amount of money. So the merchant that takes the payment plus their bank account gives us the money for said service because they paid. So if we get the funds 3 times instead of 1, what should we do?
Send the other 2 payments back.
Yeah.
Okay, so all 3 of us are on the same exact page.
Sure.
I said this to everybody in the department because the bank reports came in and we're like, oh fuck, he got charged 3 times and we got the money 3 times, or the payment three times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I said to everybody, let's cut a refund check, wash our hands of it, be done. Very simple.
Uh-huh.
My one coworker who's always pulling on loose threads and sticking their nose in shit.
I bet they think OJ's innocent.
That could not have derailed my train of
I'm
thought more.
sorry. Go on.
Go on what?
Oh. About, yeah.
So they're constantly sticking their nose in shit and trying to solve problems and not doing a very good job of it. And they've done everything on the contrary and they're trying to go through every possible back way to keep us from having to cut the check. They want to either go through the merchant or have their bank refund them or yada, yada, yada. And I'm like...
Well, so you would keep the money?
No. That's the thing. They don't want to do the wrong thing. They're trying to do the right thing, but they're trying so hard to do it with little effort.
Yeah, they're
on
trying
our
to...
part that they're creating hours of work for themselves.
Asinine.
Thank you. I fucking totally agree. While she's not wrong, the refund shouldn't technically be our responsibility because it was the customer at the end of the day who made the error and paid this bill 3 times somehow. I think this is user error. In my experience, when I worked at the credit unions I used to work at, specifically when I worked in the dispute department, I did this shit every day. People getting wrongly charged. It was my job to go through transactions, and I would manually decide if somebody, I would take a look at shit on the back end and decide, oh, they were clearly charged 2 times for one thing. and then I would rule the dispute in the customer's favor and refund them their money myself. Now, because that was a credit union, it was so small, I was a human being making that decision, and I suspect that anybody who uses a larger institution, it's probably a little more automated. And in my experience, sometimes they call it a chargeback.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do dispute, I know this is wildly boring.
No. That was not a comment on what you're talking about.
It's not a critique.
No,
it's just
not in the slightest.
Just a reaction. You know, to derail a little bit, your brain when your brain wants an influx of oxygen because you're paying attention to something, it will trigger a yawn.
Well, yeah, the scientists still don't understand what yawns truly are for.
Mm-hmm. The closest explanation I've heard is that your brain wants an influx of oxygen.
Oxygenation of thinking devices.
Sure. So a chargeback is credited to the customer's account balance by the charger. Like the charger, not the like the chargee didn't do anything wrong. As far as the customer is concerned, they paid this amount of dollars, and my company has this amount of dollars times 3. So why wouldn't we be responsible for the refund at the end of the day? If we've got their money in our hands,
Yeah.
why wouldn't we take their money out of our bank account and give it back to the person who paid it?
I would
Ourselves, rather.
in this scenario, right? I would probably contact the customer to make sure that they're not going to contact the bank, to perform a chargeback before you cut a check.
That is a great point.
Because the what you don't want to happen is
They could get refunded twice.
Right, the customer to get their money back from the bank who is pulling it out of your account, and then you cut a check, and then it's a whole extra fucking thing.
That is a great point. I didn't even think about that earlier.
So, like, obviously there's going to be a bit of communication. Also, that's a failure on the customer's point and the customer's bank, because, I mean, Capital One or whatever it is, they should block a triple charge of the exact same amount.
Oh yeah, something fucky happened in the system.
That's
Again, it's not our fault at all, and it could or could not be the customer's fault either. It could very well just be the fucking system, or maybe their Wi-Fi was fucky that day. I don't know. So, my coworker was like, "Here's the point I wanted to arrive at. Finally, like, they spent almost an hour on hold with this merchant company because they're trying to get an answer from somebody. They started email chains like the week of Christmas.
Yeah, nobody gives two fucks.
Like Friday of Christmas weekend, they were starting this email shit.
Everyone's checked out.
Logging tickets with their ITs and whatever. And I'm like, do you really think they're going to answer you in a week? Because they're not. It's now 2 weeks ago, and we're still pissing in the wind with this fucking shit. So, like, how much time have you wasted trying to do this too? Like, there's so much time wasted. And here's why I wrote this down, because they decided to like wrangle me into this shit too. Meanwhile, 2 weeks ago, I was like, let's cut them a refund check and be done with it and wash our hands of it. Because then they wouldn't have had to go through any kind of dispute process.
Yeah.
They would have had their money back and be like, oh, great. So they, like, I was trying to, like, kind of sneak out of there, rather, at work at, like, quarter of. Because it's Friday and, like, I had this to do today and I had other shit I wanted to do. They came and got me at 3:53 to try and solve this problem with the payroll lady on the other side of the building. I'm like, why are we doing this right now? Like, you really can't wait till Monday? I'm like, why would you do this to me? And then I had to stand there and wait for them to finish talking about somebody's father's girlfriend being exposed to COVID. I'm like, can we fucking wrap this up?
You need one of those wrap it up boxes.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do the personal conversation before you can do the work conversation.
Does it have to be 15 minutes? At
At
3:53 in the afternoon, and I leave at 4 o'clock?
People want to talk, Tommy. People want to talk.
They can talk on Monday.
Do.
Dude, you understand?
Yeah.
I understand. People want to fucking talk.
Some of us are trying to get the fuck out of there.
Some of us are trying to just do work in the morning.
By the way,
Well, it's
this
not
is
my fault. You can't fucking multitask. You.
You guys aren't multitasking.
No,
you
I'm
are standing
single-tasking.
There's
You
zero
are-
tasking.
You are standing in a place not working.
We're
while
zero
talking.
tasking. Leave us alone. If you see me on my phone, no, you didn't.
You guys, they were all making fun of me last week because it was like a slow week with not many people there. But we still had stuff to do, and they were like, Di Donato, we'll get to it later, not before first break or whatever. And I'm like. And they're like, look at him. Look at Di Donato right now. Because he's not working.
Dude,
you guys were all pointing at me.
If I worked where you worked,
Laughing.
though, if I worked where you worked,
Yeah.
I'd be standing right with them laughing at you.
Yep. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, and they hired new people, too.
Oh, God.
They'll probably laugh at me, too. But
You're
One of them's going to be a giant pain in the ass, and the other one is going to be a hard worker until we break him.
I will not be broken.
But no, I just on your situation there. It surprises me that you don't have a standard operating procedure for that scenario.
it hasn't happened yet
But
because we have SOPs for everything.
and that you haven't had a double charge ever in the history of the company?
Not with this merchant system. This
Okay.
merchant system is brand new, as in like we're going to the second year now of using it.
Okay.
It
That
is-
makes sense.
So it's still pretty much brand new.
Because like
Normally
you know,
we would.
because they may want to have the customer start a chargeback that's traced through the merchant system, so that way they don't have the ability to do that later after you cut the check.
True. That's very true.
So like there's extra steps involved in this that like probably nobody was thinking about at the time.
Absolutely not, probably. This is the same coworker who will stay like way too late,
Oh, yes. You've talked about this person.
who
quite a
doesn't
bit.
value other people's time.
So
Like,
that's your manager, right?
no.
Oh, that's not your manager.
No,
Oh, that's
this is-
just the extra lady.
This is just a person
Okay.
with the same job title as me. Like making as much as I do, salary, like not overtime, like at what time it is right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they just left.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, I mean, I had a couple of those days this week.
Oh, you had to stay late a couple days?
Yeah, but we make extra money, so it's a little bit different.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a little
'Cause you're-
different.
But you're flying and stuff like that.
One day was inventories, the other day was flight.
Okay.
I was the first person there today.
At
It
what
was
time?
very strange.
First there, first to leave?
No, people left before me. but
Okay.
I had to learn the alarm code. on
Oh,
the
really?
fly.
Ooh.
Luckily, somebody was like seconds behind me getting there, and they were like, it's that. And I was like, okay, cool. That's all I had to say about that.
Oh, actually,
The war in Vietnam.
Wednesday, I was the only person in the building at all.
Isn't that a nice feeling?
No, it's
Oh?
creepy as fuck.
I like it.
Yeah, that building's kind of creepy
Well,
when it's all dark.
So like, so our building, one half of it is an old building, and instead of tearing the whole thing down, which they should have done, they just added a whole extra side to it that's like closer to the airport. And because of this, I think the building is fucking haunted.
Fair.
Well, because of the other thing that
Which other
happened in
thing?
the old building,
Which other thing?
the death,
You talking about Greenwood?
the suicide.
Is he making stuff up?
I'm not making stuff up. Ask.
Jay's
ask
looking
Booze.
awfully skeptical.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I did know that happened in the building.
I'm gonna ask Jump.
That's okay. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. I thought it happened while he was at work.
I didn't
'Cause
know
he
it
wasn't
happened in the
home.
building.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. If you are correct, then yes, that bitch is haunted.
Yeah. And I don't really want to talk about that on the podcast, like the whole story.
No.
of it.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The
Yeah,
story
yeah.
itself is fine.
Yeah.
But
We're talking about this building being
I'm
creepy.
the only person in this building all of the lights are either automatic or turned off. And like I am cranking EDM music just so I don't hear like the air kick in.
Just like he does at 7 a.m. every day.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to start the day somehow. Might as well
every
fucking
day.
blow it. But yeah, no, that was when you're in and I've been in the building myself a whole bunch of times. I've got a key card to get in there. Like I've done it a bunch of times, but the toilets flush by themselves automatically. Like you'll be sitting in one place, there's nobody else in the building. All of the lights that turn on and off automatically just start tripping and going on and off by themselves.
Scary.
Weird noises, stuff will kick on. Like I've found like small things moved and little things like that when you're there by yourself. It's little shit. I'm convinced it's haunted. And that was just like I was okay until I walked through the hangar with all the lights off, and then I was like, I got a straight chill down the back of my spine, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable.
Then suddenly you started running instead of walking.
Cold storage, when you time it so incorrectly that all the lights go off and you've shut all the doors and all the hangar doors. That's
it's pitch
so
black.
Fucking scary
It's
in there.
pitch black.
Even in the brightest of days, it is pitch black in there. It scares the dark. I'm not good with the dark. So yeah, scare the fuck out of me.
You're Mr. Spooky Scary Skeletons. You're scared of the dark.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't like not being able to see. I kind of freak out. I'm like,
That's like the best part of going to bed, though, is all the lights are off. Puts me right out.
yeah, I need a little bit of light.
Are you are you like on top of your circadian rhythm? Like lights go off, you're out. Lights go on, you wake up.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty much.
I'm same fucking way.
Like-
Wake up with the sunrise. Lights go out. I'm done.
Yeah, like when I know, like when my eyes start getting heavy, I'm like, all right, lights out, and then I
Yep.
go right out.
Yep.
I have to listen to stuff to fall asleep.
I can't do that.
Like what?
Old time radio mostly.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's too that.
I've done that for a lot of my
I
life.
didn't know if you were like a whale sounds person or something like that.
Honestly, yeah, like rain.
You should
Rain
try the
helps
fan
me go to
noise.
sleep. I love synthwave. So there's this one album by Time Cop, 1983, great band, and they have a lot of rain sounds
Yep.
on the record.
I
you know what I'm
exactly
talking about.
I love him.
And that, yeah, me too. That album makes me go to. It's like I'm like trained to fall asleep with that record playing.
Do you do Spotify?
I have.
He
one,
does
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
There's a Night Rider.
Oh yeah.
Playlist.
I have it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It is. It's great.
I think
yeah.
I've heard it.
Night
Oh,
Drive, Night
Yeah,
Rider.
it's a Night Rider. It's by and it's just I've zoned out on road trips and woken up a state later. And
Dude,
I was driving.
I've been on the
Yeah.
synthwave train for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
Once I discovered what it was in 2014, I was like, "Oh, this is my favorite thing."
Brag.
Yeah, I love it.
What do you think, boys? You got anything else?
No, I need to go to sleep. I'm so fucking tired.
I got hit with a fucking 2x4 of tired like a minute ago.
Yeah,
It's the weirdest
I'm,
thing.
I'm real tired.
I thought you were gonna tell me that you got hit by a legitimate 2x4 at work.
Not today. Anyway, if you're brand new to the show, like if you just found this show, welcome. And if you haven't yet, give us a follow on Instagram to keep up with these clips, like the ones that I try so hard to make.
Yeah, dude. Tom puts together some rad clips every episode.
I try to.
It's insane.
Even the episode we did over Skype last week, I even got some out of that.
Oh, I know. That was a good clip.
So follow us at ThankYouForUrServices _podcast on Instagram. It has the links to all of our shit anywhere you can find the podcast, the YouTube channel, the TikTok channel, and obviously we interact on there too. So, and then if you're not so much a social media person, I'm fumbling my words now. Shoot us an email. ThankYouForUrServices@gmail.com. That's ThankYouForUrServices@gmail.com. You can give us a story, feedback, whatever the fuck
A dick
you
pic.
want.
Yeah.
Another dick pic. A second dick pic.
Wait, was that you?
No, Boris Karloff's driveway.
Yeah.
That email address is burned into my head. I will never forget.
It's a
Boris Karloff
genius
driveway.
email address. So.
I might just sack up and be like, "Hey, who is this?" Because I just want to know.
I want to know too. That was like a year ago.
Dude, no one's gonna tell you.
Long time ago. Maybe not. Probably not.
Well, you're past 52, right?
Yeah.
52.
Yep.
50
But
new.
there were a couple bonus episodes in there, so it is actually a year like this week, right?
Next week is officially 1 year of putting episodes out.
Okay.
You guys doing anything special?
Who knows?
Yes.
Maybe we are.
Yes.
All of you guests on at once, and they're all banging the strippers.
I don't think the strippers would like that.
I don't either.
And I don't like that for them either.
Yeah.
So-
They I don't. Yeah, they wouldn't like that at all.
And also, they would probably beat us up.
Yeah, they would.
So there's that. Anyway. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for your services.